Welcome. Today I will be covering how to do the Dawnbreaker instance within the War Within. However, if you are too lazy to watch the whole strategy, then here is the too long to watch version. One, like in any WoW expansion since the Burning Crusade, you should probably not stand in shit. So when you see stuff below, you just step to the side, but if you're like me and that crap always happens, right as you pop cooldowns and want to pump out big dick damage, then stay put. It will put hair on your chest. 2. Interrupt casting on mobs and boss fights, especially long cast bars where most of your brain cells will finally work together to signal someone the shit is about to go down. If you are like me, though, I spec for damage. I don't got time to break deeps while I am pumping or waste points in some off-spec bullcrap on the talent tree just to grab an interrupt. 3. This instance has a gimmick where on first and last boss fights you will need to mount up. Blizzard is trying to add some excitement back into this game franchise, but I guess the way to do it is interrupt my ability to do damage. Your first attempt or two you will mess this up and either die because you didn't mount, or because you messed up something while you were mounted. Either way, let some sweat carry you while you walk away with the loot. 4. While mounted, you will likely get lost. You will likely aggro and pull unwanted mobs or end up getting crushed when your team is nowhere to be found. So look at the minimap and see where the team went or where the next objective is. When all else fails, which brings us to tip number 5, blame the healer when you fail on all the above. Nothing better than this good old WoW classic strategy of deflecting all accountability away from yourself. Because my job is to not stay alive, it is to do damage. Now with that out of the way, let's begin so you can become one tough badass. Once zoned in, you always start by giving everyone buffs, but if you notice here I don't buff the tank and the other deeps as they were too late. More likely I didn't notice and would continue to not notice the rest of the instance. Average players get average buffs. Proceed forward and start clearing trash.
That's major buffing shit.
At this point, you will get prompted to get on your mount, so buckle up and take flight. I went the wrong way, but just loop around and admire the scenery and continue to clear trash on the other blimp flying thing. Once the pack is cleared out, a little barrel will appear. Make sure you smash the shit out of your keyboard so that you are first to place it down. So this way you can feel like you actually contributed with your shit DPS and appear to know what you are doing. Once done, mount up and head over to the next one and repeat. Now the first boss, Shada, pretty much just DPS her down in the middle of the platform. She will cast purple rings at the feet of random or all players. You should probably move out of these as they detonate and do some damage. Immediately after they detonate, she will go full Predator and begin a countdown to nuke the platform. At this point, it is mount time, so quickly get up into the air so you don't have to figure out what her mystery black ball of death will do. Once the black void ball pops, go ahead and land back down on the platform and burn her down. She will likely get another cast of this shit off, but at that point it is rinse and repeat. Okay, once she is dead, loot the body and then mount up. You're going to fly down to the town and head for this church-looking building. Honestly, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing and just jumped off the bridge with everyone else. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, there are 3 objectives on the mini-map displayed as big yellow icons. Just go to each of them and nuke the ads in these spots. So on my way to the next spot, instead of going to the objective just slightly ahead, I land short, and after my central nervous system realized I was not where I was supposed to be, I rounded up these mobs and sent it. Now there's still a 3rd objective that needed to be dealt with, but me and another teammate pull the boss. Time to spice things up a bit. Nothing crazy about this boss other than it charges up this orb ball. Once fully charged, he sends it, and you just gotta move out of the way and not aim it at the group. However, I just started my rotation while coming out of my oh shit fart cloud ability because the healer was having an aneurysm, so like most things that happen to me, I take it right in the face. He does put a giant purple ring around the tank. He preps up for a slam. Again, don't stand in shit, and you will be fine, but if the tank is not staying still, he can swing that shit all around and mop the floor with the team. Once the boss is dead, mount up, fly back to the ship above. Now, for some reason, I get fused with the wall like some Philadelphia experiment bullshit. While I get to ponder my current situation and reflect on what a wonderful game this is, my team clears the last pack of mobs and on to the last boss. Last boss time, and there are a lot of things to cover here on this one. Throughout the fight, he will cast this green beam on a random player. After a few seconds, it will pop and stun the player it was cast on, and a wave of green shit will roll across the platform. You have a few seconds to move the beam so it doesn't fuck the team, or the team has to move to the other side of where the wave will pulse out of. As you can see, my positioning sucks ass and everyone gets wrecked by it, so it is recommended to stand in the middle of the platform to optimize the timing. On my second attempt, it was much cleaner, but now you can see this barrel on the ground. I am supposed to grab it, run into him, and toss it at him, but of course I fuck it up by taking too long, and in a few moments, you'll see my teammate do it correctly. He can keep doing that as I do damage. Now that is how it is supposed to be done.
What are you aiming at?
Wait, does the wave do any damage? It seems more annoying than it is threatening. Anyway, this pretty much most of the fight, so let's skip until the next phase. Well, okay, so my mad DPS abilities burned him down pretty fast. Now Rasha flies off like a little bitch, and you know what that means. We gotta mount up and chase this motherfucker down. Now, while you are flying about, you are going to want to collect these yellow orbs up like a fat kid in a cupcake factory. The reason for this is to extend the duration of a debuff you will get while flying around. If it reaches 0, then you get insta-gibbed. Now, if you don't believe me, here is a clip of what it is like to go full neurodivergent. Notice that you die, and now you get to stand there like an idiot with anyone else who fucked it up and literally get carried for the rest of the fight. Well, okay, you chase this fucker down, and it is time to land. The fight is pretty much the same thing as the first phase at this point, so you think my dumb ass would be more centered for the green beam shit. Doing damage is more important right now. Rasha now has these long cast times. It is probably a good idea to interrupt these spells, but I am too busy dealing hot derps, so someone else going to have to take care of that. Periodically, the boss will target two folks with some web shit. You will probably want to move this away from the team. Once it pops, you gotta tug on it like a stuck tampon to break free of its hold. After that, rinse and repeat, and you have it in the bag. Now you don't actually end up killing the boss. Instead, he runs off and leaves you and the squad to return to the ship to collect some fatty loot. And that is the Dawnbreaker. Good luck.